Welcome again to Wickerson Studios. My name is Michael Wickerson, and I am finishing up the second chapter of the one-liners for Python scripting, and I have brought it into the Grasshopper plugin for the Rhino 3D environment. However, we're staying pretty much here in the Grasshopper interface with a bit of Python opening up on the sides. And we're into the last section of forming databases with zip functions. And you can see what's happening here, and all I've done is made it a little more exciting by dragging in data instead of hard coding it in. And in my script, you can kind of ignore this first section. I kind of just was reading the chapter and making notes to myself, so just ignore that. And I did a little quick test here on A and B to see, what did I do? Well, basically I hard code. It's not really hard coded, but it's in there pulling from XYZ and PQR. I'm making two lists, A and B, and you can see the output of those two lists because I think I took them to print. Maybe those were the printed new lists. It's been a while. I was already into the second half of this. So let's just take a look. Those two lists come in. You can change them. They fudge all the data as you do it. Kept the low numbers in group A, and maybe we'll put them in order from 0 to 4, and we'll put these in order from highest to lowest, just to kind of mix it up. 10, 8, 10, 9, 8. So you can see how those play. So when this is a little using the zip function. So you can create a list and I'm calling it zipped, and it will be a list of the zip of A and B. And in doing so, you'll see what it prints. And it prints here. Let me just check these as out. It should print that list together, so it brings both groups from X. It makes XP, then it makes YQ and RZ. So you end up with 0, 10, 2, 9, and 4, 8 put into these separate, into this one big array. You can tell by the box structures here, but made into each has its own tuple. So that's kind of interesting to think about that. And then what I've done is I've unzipped it by just giving two new names of variables, A new and B new, and I use zip asterisk zipped because that's the one I'm unzipping, and you print that back out into what it is into two tuples of what that data was coming in. So that's it. And so that's what it looked like as zipped, written out as data. This is what it looks like in the printed form. And then the A and B come in here, and I've just brought them into the same one, but I guess I don't have to do that to confuse you. I can just bring that one in, A in there, and you'll see your first list, and B is your second list. So how to zip and how to unzip. Now, what would you do with that knowledge? Well, I've got it applied over here to basically, let's get rid of these, move them back over here. Kind of overlapping my name and my function. But let's take a look at what I did here. And I decided to hard code because I'm getting a little tired of, playing with types, getting dictionaries, getting tuples, casting things right. This is probably why things are hard coded in. So I got a little lazy on this one. I didn't bring anything in over here on this side. And you can add as many inputs as you want. I just left them all off. And I hard coded in stats, which would be 1 name, 2 age, and 3 smarts. And the reason I numbered those is because when dealing with this, it doesn't care in a dictionary the order. So I just put the number into what order I would really like you to look at the data. And that's name, age, and then your smarts, your level of smarts. And so the ranking is basically Mike is going to be 23 and smarts are okay. Beth is going to be 4,554 years old and she's going to be nuts. And Oscar's going to be 34 and very dangerous. And then I went through the same process of taking that data, and I believe initially, if you take a look at what comes out, when I zip that, I'm creating a list of the ranking stats and making a zip list of stats and ranking, and that's what comes up at the top. It's kind of hard to make it out so much. It's not in the form to really see it well, so I'm going to shrink it so it becomes more what it's about. So you're getting this big list right through of all these tuples. The first tuple is going to have this name 1, and then that'll be the person that's pairing it. So you're basically taking what we showed in the last one, the XP, the YQ, and the ZR, and bringing those all together in a list. And then we're going to use that later on. It's just to format this so it makes sense. I like to have it so you can see it all. First one screws up, and then this is what really comes out. You get the names. Mike, Beth, Oscar, they're paired with the age, those ridiculous ages, and then whether they're okay, nuts, or dangerous. And that's putting them into a much different form, which is what this one-liner database does. So that's a little confusing to think about because I'm outputting the database. If you try and output database, I'll just show you what happens. Database, which is cool to have it there, but it's just going to tell you that it's running Python functions. So just let me, it's just running, well, what are they called? Oh, I did something right. Oh, it's not databases, it's database. And we'll run it again. And you can see it's just iron Python runtime commands for a Python dictionary. So you're not getting the data out of that, you're just getting what that was. So I'll just slide this down here. And that will disappear into your copy as a user object. And then A and B I thought would be interesting to bring out here and unzip it again. And that's exactly what I did. I unzipped it, but I don't have to, say that A and B are the unzipped version. In a sense that they already, I just put those on as the outputs, A and B. You can see you get the list again, 0, 1, 2 indices for the elements, 1 name, 2 age, 3 smarts. So get in here and start figuring things out. I'm dealing with the list function, but you're getting better and better and more accompanied to seeing what a one-liner looks like and what kind of things it can actually do. So you're playing with data, and it's going to get really interesting because we're running a whole new section now of this is done. The intermediate level file is done. It's on my GitHub for those that want to sign up for it. And I think you make all the scripts just from the videos you've been watching. And we've called that one the master, I believe. This one here. So the master version's here, and that'll be on, that's number 14. And we have a master for the basic. This is actually shouldn't be called this. This should actually be called the master for basic intermediate. So I'm just going to type that in there now, just not to confuse people. Basic, and I'll delete that other one in a minute. Let's just call this one, here we go, cap blocks basic intermediate, because this is the step before we go really hard into data science, a chapter on data science, and then the next chapter after that one is going to be machine learning. So this is going to get really exciting. We've got about 40 pages and 10 really nice scripts that are going to pull in the library NumPy, and we'll see how that ends up. Thanks.